Well, it seems the Unity problems aren't quite over. Well, who could have seen this? Everything that we've seen with Unity is deeper than just the CEO going on a vacation, going on their retirement, flying down with that golden parachute. The problems with Unity are deep within the company. Let's take a look. Well, before we get into the full topic, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, all those fun things that YouTube likes you to do, because then the number goes up and we all like things going up. So please help me out, share this out there, subscribe to the channel today. Unity Crisis is much bigger than John Riccitiello, the opinion from Games Industry Biz. What Unity customers need isn't a sacrificial skull. It's a clear path of how the company they rely on is going to achieve financial stability. This is part of the issue. With their runtime fee that they tried to enact and is going forward on the newest version of the TOS, the Terms of Service, where the old version of the TOS is going to stay the same. But like Epic, Unity is also facing a financial crisis. Now, that crisis is also traded on the stock market, so we know people like John Riccitiello and other shareholders and other management will be just fine because they can sell off their stocks and they can move on. It's the company as a whole has a bigger problem. There's so much dead weight at the top that it's dragging the boat and sinking it down. And this is where people are saying, even though John is gone, it's not going to change anything. It's not going to do anything for Unity, and it's not going to do anything for the game development world as a whole. People really like the game development, and using the Unity engine has been an easier process to deal with, and that's why a lot of people have used Unity. It's become one of these very easy learning to use, and then you take your stories and you turn them into a game and you actually do something very well with it. Then suddenly you get a viral hit of a game and it goes off the deep end, and now you're owing money through and through to Unity with under the old model that they were trying to propose with the runtime fee. That's standard thinking for early stage technology companies. Build the product, build the customer base, and worry about how to make money from it later on. This has been something that's been going on. This is usually where you see game development or just a product in general starts to take off very fast, and it hits this uphill battle, and that hill comes to a peak. Once it hits that peak, then it drops off and skyrockets back to earth. That is the problem that we're seeing with many different companies right now. Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro is one of those that I have talked about at length. But now with Unity, and it seems Epic Games is also on that list. You make a product and it just goes, it creates this whole viral sensation and creates this whole different use for it, and everyone uses it. And then it's like, oh, well, we forgot to monetize this at the beginning. So how do we create this in a long-term fashion? And that is something myself included try to strive. I try to do that with some of the videos here we do on the channel. I've tried to make some evergreen content, and it does well for a little bit, and then once again it drops off. We see this time and time again, and with Unity it's an uphill battle at that point. You're now way up here on the peak, but everything else is down here. You're not making the value that you need, and that's why they're trying to change the deal. Now, the runtime fee is definitely not the way to do it. It's not the way to make the money off of that. Coming up, we have what looks like Windows 12 might be a subscription-based model, and that also is not the way to do things. Subscription-based models in everything, in every facet of our lives, is absolutely starting to ruin a lot of lives and a lot of ways that we do things. Like you see with some car manufacturers that are toying with the idea of locking certain speeds under a subscription-based model. It's the same sort of thing. So where do we go from here? How do we make something new, something fresh that will create a financial stability? And that's the problem. It changes with the flow of time and changes with the flow of ideas. If you got some ideas for me to change my content here to make it flow a little bit nicer, let me know down below as well. But Unity, I think, has a much bigger problem than just a bunch of managers at the top trying to right a ship that they're sinking at the same time. Anyway, I hope you like this one. This is your proud Canadian Phoenix, Cinder Shadow. I'm signing off here. Don't forget to like and subscribe.